The Shift from Linear to Integrative Thinking, a conversation on expanding human intelligence and school reform. Hello, I would like to begin a conversation about why education must transition from rigid, step-by-step learning to an integrative, holistic approach that mirrors the complexity of real-world thinking. It should be obvious that traditional education assumes that learning follows a predictable sequence, breaking subjects into isolated units and micro-analyzing concepts in a linear fashion. But doesn't it follow that if schools continue teaching in compartmentalized, fragmented ways, students will struggle to see connections between ideas, recognize patterns, and develop the holistic intelligence required for solving complex real-world problems? Education must train students to recognize patterns, relationships, and interdependencies, rather than just breaking concepts into parts. A student who is taught to think only in an analytical, differentiative way will struggle when confronted with problems that require systems thinking, interdisciplinary knowledge, and creative synthesis. For example, an INTP logician may excel at breaking concepts apart, but struggle to integrate them into a cohesive, real-world framework, while an INFJ advocate naturally sees deeper connections, but may not be encouraged to develop this skill in traditional schools. If education does not foster pattern recognition, complementary thinking, and the ability to integrate knowledge across disciplines, students will remain limited in their ability to innovate and adapt to complex challenges. Recognizing congruence and complementary relationships in knowledge is more valuable than isolated expertise in a single domain. The real world does not function in subject silos, yet traditional education continues to teach math, science, humanities, and the arts as separate disciplines with little connection to each other. Imagine a student learning about climate change purely through science without understanding its economic, ethical, and geopolitical implications. They may grasp the technical aspects, but fail to apply knowledge in a way that leads to actionable solutions. Schools must integrate interdisciplinary learning, where students engage with real-world challenges through multiple perspectives, ensuring that they are capable of seeing knowledge as a dynamic and interconnected system. Cognitive flexibility and subconscious pattern recognition must be cultivated to prepare students for a world where AI can outperform humans in isolated analytical tasks. Machines are designed for data processing, microanalysis, and computational accuracy, but human intelligence thrives on intuition, relationship mapping, and conceptual synthesis. If schools continue to train students in the same analytical methods that AI can execute exponentially faster, they will produce graduates who struggle to offer value in a world increasingly dominated by automation. Education must instead prioritize integrative thinking, allowing students to develop insights that connect human emotions, ethics, and creativity with technical knowledge, a skill set that AI cannot replicate. Students must be taught to recognize relationships between ideas rather than just classifying and categorizing them. A differentiative thinker sees separate components, while an integrative thinker sees how those components interact in a larger system. If schools continue teaching students to identify differences rather than connections, they will create fragmented thinkers who struggle to generate original insights or collaborative solutions. What if education emphasized the study of congruence, complementary knowledge, and cross-disciplinary applications, ensuring that students learn how to see beyond divisions and into the unity of concepts? Wouldn't it be more effective if learning was structured around systems, interactions, and global perspectives rather than static, isolated facts? The future of school reform depends on developing students who can synthesize knowledge, think holistically, and navigate the interconnected nature of global challenges. It is time now to transition from a fragmented, linear education system to one that fosters deep, integrative intelligence. If schools continue to teach in rigid structures that isolate knowledge into microcategories, students will be outpaced by artificial intelligence in purely analytical tasks while lacking the human capability to generate meaning, insight, and innovative solutions. The challenge isn't whether this shift is needed, It's whether we are ready to redesign education to maximize human potential, rather than competing with machines in areas where they will always surpass us.